Hi everybody, welcome to Happywork TV, episode 30. I'm Chris Reimer, your intrepid host, and today I want to talk to you about another commitment in the list of commitments that I've written called the Happywork Agreement that are in this book called Happywork, which I encourage you to pre-order by visiting happyworkbook.com. In fact, if you'll go there now, you may notice there's a new link near the top that is called, oh geez, what did I call it? I think it's called buying bonuses or something like that. So if you have an interest in purchasing multiple copies of the book, I have some bonuses to give you, and most of it involves my time. I'm very interested in helping you out with your business, helping you get a book published, helping you change careers, three things I seem to know something about. So go to happyworkbook.com and check out those bonuses, and I should probably make another video that explains it in a little more detail. Anyway, today in episode 30, I want to follow up on something we talked about last episode in 29. Hiring decisions and trying to not discriminate and break the law when you hire people. Hire the best people. Don't just hire the white people because you're white or the black people because you're black. Hire the very best person for the job, right? So again, I had admitted in episode 29 that as a Caucasian male, I don't have a whole lot to complain about. I wish the world were a much better place. I kind of sit near the top, honestly, as far as like never being discriminated against. All right, so the mail just got delivered. Hey, that's enough. That's enough. So the mail just got delivered. Stop. I figure I could start this over, but you know, it just feels so authentic. Anyway, we'll leave it as be. Sorry for the intrusion by my mouthy dog, Prince. So, what was I talking about? Here is the next commitment. It follows up, obviously, with the previous one where I said, do not discriminate in your hiring decisions. I just felt compelled to put this in, and perhaps you'll hear why after I read it. Here we go. So anyway, last time we said I will not discriminate in hiring decisions. Here's the next commitment. This is an employer speaking to their employees. I have something extra to say about veterans. I will give veterans the same chance I give every job applicant. The fact that they saw some crazy stuff, quote unquote, when serving their country in battle has nothing to do with anything. In fact, their ability to manipulate multi-million-dollar machinery under extreme circumstances would seemingly make them very worthy candidates. So, you know, I obviously think that as our country has been at war for pretty much every decade, at some point since the 1800s, we have lots of veterans that are returned to our shores, and from what I hear, things don't always go so well for them. There's a movie coming out now, directed by Clint Eastwood, called American Sniper. I literally started having dreams just from having seen the commercials. This is not a good thing. I can't even bring myself to probably see this movie because of how sad it is that we sent these guys over there and spent $1 trillion, and I don't know what happened next. Anyway, don't want to get too terribly political, but these men and women come back home and often struggle greatly with post-traumatic stress disorder. I think it's called a disorder. Anyway, I struggle to find jobs. And I think there are some great organizations out there that work specifically with veterans to help them apply the skills that they learned, and at the very least just find employment so they can support their family. Keep in mind also that they're often coming back injured, so that is like one extra problem that they often have to deal with if it's not medical bills, and just generally wondering if they're going to be up to the job, or are they going to be like too shell-shocked because of what they saw. I mean, again, the American Sniper movie, the guy, at least Bradley Cooper in the ads, he looks like he might, something. This is unfair. This is unfair, and I just want to say. So in episode 29, we talked about discrimination. If you're a white male, you might not want to hire women because they get pregnant and they won't be able to work so hard. And you might not want to hire black people because you think they don't work as hard. And If you're an Asian person, you might only hire from within your community. And I obviously believe that these are poor decisions to be making because you are cutting down on the available talent pool when you say, I'm only going to hire people like me. Well, here's what's interesting. Now, and let me say this. People often think that they believe their stereotypes. They believe that they are correct when they say that type of person acts in that way, and that people like me are the one that operate in a, how can I say this? This is a difficult episode to talk about. The last one and this one have been very difficult to put into words, quite obviously. Here's what's interesting about veterans. We take all of the people of the earth, whether it be men, women, Asian, Black, Vietnamese, immigrant children who came over from the Vietnam War, and they are now Americans. They join our military. Everybody joins our military. And by the way, African American people join it at a higher rate per capita than white people do. We send everybody over there. So we don't discriminate, except for like medical conditions and stuff like that, obviously. And then all of those people come home, and many of them struggle. And I just hate to see that, because, not because, I'm like pro-war and all that stuff. No, it's just because it doesn't make sense to me. They have gone through an extremely rigorous training process. They have gone through the camaraderie of working on teams. It doesn't mean that each and every one of them is going to be a superior job candidate, but certainly you can't discount them because of the fact they've been in the military. And this does happen. No, not everybody, but clearly they have a higher unemployment rate. I don't have the statistics. I don't really care about exact numbers. They do have a higher unemployment rate than the general population, and that just seems utterly crazy to me. And so I figured it was worth putting it into print. This has been episode 30 of Happywork TV. I hope the right people see this episode. I really feel very strongly about, obviously, discrimination in general. I feel like we're just constantly, as a human race, operating with one arm tied behind our back, and we just can't seem to stop putting our foot in our mouth and stubbing our toe in this way. And it's just, I really obviously dream for a better world where we don't look at each other and immediately find a slot in the accordion folder with which to put people. We don't give ourselves a chance to get to know each other. We don't give ourselves a chance to work together and to work together well, and I just hate that. So I'm hoping that the right people see episode 29 and this episode 30, and I'm really hoping that as we march forward into the future that we can find better ways to work with each other. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.